Welcome student for today's lecture of MEP. Hope everyone at home and safe. Today we will start our fourth online lecture for MEP. Before we start today's lecture, we will revise what we learned in the last lecture. I hope everyone remember what you learned in the last lecture of MEP. What we learned in the last lecture? We will introduce 8051 microcontroller. We will see what are the different application areas for 8051. We learn different features of 8051, and the last we learn block diagram and architecture of 8051. So now we know what is 8051 and what are the main components or the blocks are present logically inside 8051. Now, what are the learning objective for today's lecture? It is from same model number 2. So, today we are going to learn 8051 microcontroller pin diagram, means hardware configuration of 8051. So, we will learn what are the different pins are present on IC of 8051 and what are the functions of that pins. So, when we see the physical chip of 8051, it is a highly integrated chip. It having total 40 DIP pins. Total 40 DIP pin means what? Dual inline package pins. In the diagram we can see there is left side 20 pins and right side 20 pins. Some pins are performing single operations or single functions, and some pins are performing more than one functions, maybe two functions or three functions. So we will see in the detail the functions of each pin of 8051. First we will start with the pin number 1 to pin number 8, where what they written there, P1.0 to P1.7. That means these pins we can use as a P1, that is port 1 of 8051, and we know that P1 is a 8-bit input output line port. That means these pins we can use as a input output pins. It will perform the input output function. This is bidirectional port. When we talk about the next port, P0, what the pins assigned for port 0? Pin number 32 to 39. These pins we can use as a port 0 input output pins, but other than this it actually used also for the address lines and the data line, that is 80 to 87. Then when we talk about the port number 2, what the pins assigned for the port number 2? Pin number 21 to pin number 28, that we can use as a port 2 input output pins. But other than this, we can use same pin as a address line A to A15. That is high order 8 bits address lines. Because in 8051 we have in total 16-bit address lines and 8-bit data lines. So pin number 32 to 39 we can use as low order address lines A0 to A7. Same pins we can use as the data lines D0 to D7, and the same pins we are used as a port 0 input output pins or input output lines. That means pin number 32 to 39 performing three functions. When we talk about the pin number 21 to pin number 28, we are used as a high order address lines A to A15, and we can use as a input output port 2 pins. In the port number 3, which pins assigned for the port number 3? Pin number 10 to pin number 17 we can use as a port 3 input output lines. But other than input output lines, same pins performing other functions for 8051 and so on. Pin number 10 and 11 we can use as RxD and TXD for serial communication. That is receive data and transmit data pins for serial communication. The next pin number 12 and pin number 13 we can use as a INT0 pin and INT1 pin. That is interrupt 0 pin and interrupt 1 pin. These are active low pins. Then pin number 14 and 15 we can use to, to connect timer 0 and timer 1. Then pin number 16 and 17 we can use as a read and write pins. Means again the pin number 10 to pin number 17 are performing other important functions for 8051 which include serial communication pins, interrupt pins, timers pin and read write pins. That's why in 8051 these pins we need to perform most important functions than input output lines. So port 3 is not normally or maximum time used in 8051. Same rule we have to follow for port 0 and port 2. When we are using data lines and address lines, we cannot use the port 0 pins and we cannot use the port 2 pin as a input output pins. Only port 1 is performing only one functions. The maximum time to perform the input output function port 1, that is P1, is used as an input output port, that is a bidirectional port. Now, so pin number 9. What is the pin number 9? It is a reset pin which is used to reset the microcontroller to its initial values. Then we have the pin number 10 to 17 which is used for the port 3, but other than this it will be used for interrupts, timer input, control signals, serial communication signals, that is TX and RxD. Then pin number 18 and 19 are used for interfacing the external crystal oscillator to generate the clock for 8051. When we talk about the pin number 21 to 28, these pins we are used as a port 2 pins, as a input output pins, and higher order address bus signals multiplex with these port pins. When we go for the pin number 29, that is PSEN, stand for Program Strobe Enable Pin, which are used to read the signal for external program memory. And this pin is connected to the external program memory chip. Then pin number 30 is the address slash enable pin, ALE pin. What is the use of this? To demultiplex the address and data lines. Demultiplex means we are separating these lines as a data lines and address line with the help of ALE pin. When we talk about the pin number 31, it is an external access pin. It is used to enable or disable the external memory when we are interfacing with 8051. Then pin number 32 to 39 we use as only port 0 pins, which includes input output pins as well as low order address bus and data bus also multiplex means together on these pins. Pin number 40 is used to provide the power supply to the 8051. So now we'll see in the detail how the XTEL1 and XTEL2 is used. Now 8051 having the on chip XTEL1 and XTEL2 pins, right? These are required to run external crystal. The crystal oscillator is connected to the input XTEL1, that is pin number 19, and the output pin XTEL2. This crystal oscillator needs two capacitors, which are we can see C1 and C2 in the diagram. Then 8051 will get the clock from crystal oscillator generator which operate at the clock frequency 12 megahertz and 11.0592 megahertz. Now already I told that reset pin, it reset all the components of 8051. When it is high, it will be reset by default values of all the components of 8051 which include program counter, DPTR, accumulators, PSW, all are go to 0 value. Then stack pointer B register having its own initial value. Stack pointer 07 value and B register is 00 value. Then port 0 to port 3 by default value are FF. So these are the reset values for different registers of 8051. External access pin EA pin is connected to VCC for the internal access. When we use this pin, it's connected to ground to indicate code or data is stored externally. That means for internal access of the memory, EA pin connected to VCC, and for the external access, EA connected to ground. When program store enable pin is connected to 0, that means ground, it accessing external code memory. And when PSEN connected to 1, means connected to the power supply, it, it we are accessing the external data memory. The program store enable pin is used to connect to the external memory which include the code memory and the data memory. If 0, it accessing external code memory. If it is 1, it accessing external data memory. Address latch enable pin, which will be demultiplex, data lines and address line, which already I told you. So when ALE pin is 1, means go high, same pins we are using as a address lines. And when this pin goes to 0, it will be same pin we can use as a data lines D0 to D7. So what we learned today? We learned the physical diagram or pin configuration or pin diagram of 8051. So how many pins we are having in 8051? 40 pins are there, 20 pins for left side, 20 pins for right side. These pins are DIP pins, means dual inline package pins. It having one ground pin and one power supply pin, that is VCC pin. Pin number 20 is a ground, pin number 40 is VCC. When we talk about the ports, right? Port 1 is used as a input output port. It is a bidirectional port, pin number 1 to 8. Then reset pin will be reset all the values of 8051 registers which include PSW, ports and different registers of 8051. Then we are having the pin number 10 to pin number 17 as a port 3 as well as serial communication, receive and transmit operation, interrupt operations, timer operations and memory read-write operation also performed by same pins. Then we have the pin number 18 and pin number 19, that is XTL1 and XTL2. These are the crystal oscillator inputs and output pins which generate the clock for 8051. Then when you talk about the pin number 21 to pin number 28, I am revising again. It is used as a port 2 input output pins as well as address pins or address lines A to A15, that is high order 8-bit address lines. Then program store enable pin is used to connect to the external access of code memory and data memory. ALE address latch enable pin will be demultiplex and separate the address and data lines which are present on pin number 32 to 39. When we talk about EA bar pin, external access pin, is connected to the external devices of 8051. When we talk about the pin number 39 to pin number 32, these are the port 0 pins as well as address pin, that is low order address pins A0 to A7, and same pins we can use as a D0 to D7 data lines. That means pin number 32 to 39 performing three functions: data lines, address lines, and the port 0 input output lines. So when we are using the address and data lines, we cannot use the port 0 and port 2. Why? Because same pins are performing these functions. When we are using the serial communication, interrupts, timers or read-write operations, we cannot use a port 3 because same pins are performing these functions. And most important thing, you have to remember that if you are writing the P1.0 to P1.7 means ports are bit addressable pins. Only single bit of the port we can program as input or output pin or line. So hope now everyone understand the pin configuration of 8051. There are textbook, Masidi, definitely you have to use. And to prepare the PPT for this lecture topic, I refer this website javapoint.com. This website is also very good content given for 8051. Now, now I want to say thanks to all my dear students. If you having any questions, you can ask me. Take care. Bye bye. I assign one quiz for you which I will conduct when I will come for the next lecture of MEP.